was your pleasure.
And it was his right to
Start helping. Smart sponge, leaping through everything.
Everyone spoke of you.
It was always your fault.
Chance with this documentary.
It's the last chance, Cillian. All the while I'll be off filming in Northern Ireland, out of sight, out of mind. Bye-bye.
Oh, sweetheart. You'll find stories. I'll keep your memory alive here. What do you need from me?
Just tell me what you think of Northern Ireland.
Right. Your home locality is past its sell-by date. If we want sectarian crazies, we go to Iraq. Those guys are truly mad. In the end, you're no different from the rest of the country. Bigotry and xenophobia, your special source of sectarianism.
Is that all we are to you, love?
This is your best chance to get their attention. Give them no choice but to run it.
Well, what do you want to know?
I want you to cut past the bullshit. I want to know about your squeezed middle. Those between the green and the orange. Why don't you expose the views of the non-political?
The naked north.
Maybe you found your subject. Will not be in town.
Why not? I'm staying at his place.
How romantic. How long will you be gone?
Fractionally give me 2 months. It's make or break.
Keep me in the loop. I'd like to recognise you after little Northern Ireland's finished with you.
Okay. I feel like an MP that's committed some extramarital affair and been sent to the political equivalent of Coventry. We'll probably end up in Lisbon.
Where?
Bye.
Oh, sweetheart. That's what it's doing. What do you think?
Changed the place, it looks great.
Well, obviously I tried it, man.
You did all that for me.
Don't flatter yourself, kid.
A little self-flattery is all I get these days.
Well, you could have stayed with your mum and dad and gotten all the flattery and oversized ego to handle.
You're too cruel.
This is an adventure, isn't it?
You read it. The only Belfast item was the crown at Christmas. Oh, poor you. Part of the great brain thing.
Here's a nice scrap kid. Gavin's party last week. This guy goes, Belfast today is like New York in the 50s. Nobody said, in what way? Because nobody knew what New York was actually like in the 50s.
I don't know, they've got Times Square, we have Shaftesbury Square. Much worse sort of time.
Oh, was there a war, was there?
Oh, no, we're not going there. As agreed by Lord Davis.
A whole evening without any mention of the
Or the Titanic. Jesus, we'll never manage it. We'll be forced to play a strip risk.
one whiff of board games and you'll be shipped off your parents.
This is a big deal for them, me not staying there, you know.
Yeah, I want to meet them, you know, or am I just the evil lover who steals away their son?
My life is in London.
Yeah, but compared to my folks, they're not going to mind. I mean, my father still doesn't know. I mean, Mom, why are you laughing at? It's not funny. No, it's not. You know what she said to me the last time I graced her supper table? Mark, sex doesn't matter. Sure. Look at Malcolm and Janet, they haven't had sex in years. How she came across this gem of neighbourly knowledge, I dare not imagine.
It's
Stop laughing. Do you know what she'd do? She found out I was having it off the atheistic son of a Catholic Marxist. She'd want an exorcism.
I could never live in this country. My father is a very ex-Catholic.
Yeah, you being gay, God's most of the time being. Besides, you could live here, you know. You're just too used to that cosmopolitan ruthlessness.
I love the cosmopolitan ruthlessness. I love not knowing neighbours. And more importantly, my neighbours not knowing me.
Hardly, sure, wouldn't you miss all her wee?
Every time I hear that word we, I cringe, miss. Take a wee seat, have a wee cup of tea, I'll be back in a wee minute. Put your wee pin in there, and I fucking know I have to put my pin in now. You have to see, right? And there's this really bizarre radio.
You are very sexy as you get like this, looking down on hospital pensions.
Just because we're on your turf for a change.
Do your English accent, the one you keep for all your BBC.
You just want to run. So what am I supposed to do? Move back and become the dutiful son and buy an Audi?
Yeah.
Come for the hip gay set.
Sure, why not? Before you know it, you'll have a golf club membership.
There's many things I'll do, but playing golf is not one.
You know, there are so many secret gay golfers.
No way.
Yeah. The things the wives tell me in sessions.
Dr. Morgan! My husband's all over the caddy!
Look, here's some Prozac there. You'd be grand. Wow. You can do your documentary on it, can you?
I've fallen that one yet. Anyway, the way things are going, it might well be Channel 5 for me.
The way you told me it sounded like a promotion.
Truth is always a little murkier. I mean, I'll be busy. I have to keep myself relevant, as they say. But I mean, they're right. Everyone knows this place. It's all a given.
Don't do that. Make it about me. A gay, southern, Protestant shrink in Belfast.
That is a few too many borders for some people to cross.
Yeah, well, I want to be added to all those interviews, especially your private collection. Okay. Here's the price of your lodging. What have you seen?
Oh, sweetheart. It's with this furniture. What do you need? Shut up, would you? Thank you very much.
To use words that nobody else will use.
Because language defines us, and I want to define myself on my own terms.
Stuff and nonsense. Keep it plain, keep it simple.
Keep it country, Digger.
Give over, you old fool. You and your soporific verbosity.
Still a fool for you, dear. Anyway, Eileen loves it.
No, she doesn't. She feels patronised by it. But she likes you, so she smiles.
I like Eileen too, but she can be a bit of a dose.
Oh, that doesn't excuse what Philip did.
I didn't say it did.
As good as.
No one knows what goes on in someone else's marriage, even if they do live next door.
Nonsense! He's a man, he's carrying on with this one and with that one, usually half his age, and you're basically saying it's her fault because she's a dope.
She drags you up the walls. She's never done
popping in here because she's at a loss. Foolishly dependent on some husband of hers. And because you feel a need.
I reckon you're just jealous.
Be quiet, I'm nearly finished. Stop hovering, Mr. Dearson. It's not your classroom now.
Miss Lake Bloomer, doyen of the Women's Institute, role model to the Blue Rinse Brigade.
It's not my fault the Ulster chapter nominated me as columnist of the year.
It is your fault you told everyone I know.
I reckon you're jealous. Oh! What about these inverted hanging tomato baskets? Always something new to try.
Tomatoes need sun.
Well, people like articles that promise growth, that look to the future.
Get some cement. Make a cement garden.
You buried under it.
All your problems gone.
Have you not nearly finished with that yet? I wanted to read the Margaret Atwood interview. I don't like to be Canadian. We should have moved to Vancouver. We had the chance.
The Vancouver bastards.
I always said you admired the Canadians living next door to
No, not the Canadians. These bloody people, the scribblers, the columnists. Jumped up pompous arses, firing off their opinions as if it were Moses himself arriving with commandments 11 to 20. How can they get away with it?
Thomas, calm down.
Can he calm down in this heat? It's going to explode hell. The postmodern age, Dempsey calls it. Do you know, I actually think there's not one of these fools who have read any history. The 19th century actually proves what happens when we let markets run amok.
Pack it in.
What time did Dempsey say he'd be here anyway?
Any minute.
Where exactly is he? He was very vague.
He's at Mark's house. And he said he wanted to interview someone.
You should have come here first.
You two should go swimming.
Haven't swum in I don't know how long.
Exactly. You both love the water. Always take a bath when a shower would do.
The kids were both great swimmers. Has Dempsey ever said anything to you about grandchildren? Think there'll be any?
May happen.
Won't.
Oh, I suggest you put that out of your mind. Take pleasure in what it is you have got instead of dwelling on what it is you haven't.
Oh.
Dempsey!
Agent P.
Agent P. Come on, sit down. Sit down. You look great.
It's time to get high heart rate.
Right.
What is it they want you to do? How is it like? How's Mark? Are you sure you don't want to stay?
So many questions in so little time.
Good to see you, son.
You lost weight.
Well, what's the gig?
Oh, they've got me making my own piece on how good old Northern Ireland has changed.
Oh, that's fantastic, Dempsey. It is fantastic, isn't it?
Oh, but it's fantastic.
Are they paying you more?
That's fun. Will you be here for a while?
Gracie could be here forever. Global warming will have come and gone before this fucking place has changed.
A couple of months, but it'll be busy. How's it to you?
Oh, grand. Well, I am. This one's going to Laddie without any lessons to plan, of course. Would you like a cup of tea?
No coffee at the eye.
You're joking. Your father's trying to sustain the Guatemalan economy all by himself.
Well, that's your mother's decade made now. Boy home for a bit. You can compare journalistic notes.
I know. It's very good. I was thinking of teaching her how to set up her own YouTube channel.
Ah, she never would. So, do you think you'll get anything made? The story's old.
You want me to make something personal, like a Virgil King confessional piece, but that's not me. I want to try something new. I don't want to interview the usual talking heads. You know, I want to interview regular people. Let them hear and get on. What do you think?
What? No politicians, religious nuts, or sectarian bigots? How the hell will they know it's us?
I don't know. The new faces of Northern Ireland. Michelle, but it won't be commercial.
Commercialism, the enemy of art.
Subject of art.
Prostitution. Corporate conservative egotists who know the price of everything and the value of nothing. You should have let me pick you up from the airport. It upsets your mother, that sort of thing.
What?
No, I'm just saying. You know your mother-in-law.
Let's suffocate them.
Anyway, I'm glad you'll be around for a bit, son. I wanted to have a chat. Good chat.
But now,
No, not now. Because your mother's here.
you can have an affair.
Will you be serious for once?
Tom, did you get that? The Eileen.
Tomorrow then?
No, not tomorrow, son. I'm off to the football.
Okay, tonight.
I've got to meet.
Tom, can you wait a second?
About 7:30 on Saturday morning, I was for football on
Rugby, the Tri-Nations.
They're trying me.
Oh, please, man.
Oh, that'll be Eileen. I'll tell you you're writing and call over later.
Your father has that woman tortured ever since Philip left.
Sure, she's the one calling.
Oh, it's like when he used to invite the Jehovah's Witnesses ones in.
He doesn't try and destroy her faith, does he?
No, that's taken a bad enough battering. No! He winds her up about immigration and then says things like, wouldn't it be nice to have a mixed-race grandchild?
I'm sure mixed-race grandchildren are lovely.
I'm sure grandchildren are lovely. Look, I wanted to quickly talk with you.
Right.
About your father.
I think you've been having an affair.
Oh God, I wish. Would cheer him up. Well, something's bothering him anyway. I don't know, maybe it's his retirement. He's very absent-minded at the minute. Did you not notice? He was put out that he couldn't meet you from the airport. Look, just have a word with him. Just the two of you. What did you do?
I begged her off. I told her Dempsey was here. She says she hasn't seen you on the telly for a while.
Tell her I'm doing a documentary on multicultural offspring in Northern Ireland.
Short documentary.
Where are you off to?
I told you just to answer the door. I was coming. I better go over. She'll only be flapping back again in 15 minutes.
What is it you want to chat to me about then?
You know, it can wait.
Come on.
Well, I wanted to go over my funeral with you. I just want to be organised and avoid any confusion.
You pride yourself on disorganisation and confusion.
No, it's just the little things. No priests. You know that. It's just the order of things, see? The music. Old Man River, of course. The Internationale. I have it all written down.
Why are you telling me this now when I'm just through the door?
I've got some bad news, son. Your mother doesn't know yet. Don't know how long I have, but I want to do things in a certain way and need you to help. Your mother would... Christ, I've made a mess of this. I didn't want to tell you like this. Jeez! Dempsey. No, it's okay, son. Just stay calm.
That's not okay. How long?
Well, they don't know. It's not very.
How long have you known?
Just a little while. I need you to stay calm.
Tell Mum. You're gonna tell my mum.
No, sit down. No, just sit down. Now listen to me. I don't know how to tell you, Mum. I just don't. There's no good way. I need you to do something for me.
Tell Mum. We'll do it together when she gets back.
No, absolutely not. You tell no one. You promise me. You promise me, please.
Understand?
Well, how's Deirdre of the Sorrows?
I told her you'd pop round and see her, and I was sure she blushed. What's the matter? You two haven't had a row already, have you?
Don't be daft.
Did you say about going swimming, Tom?
No, forgot. How's it, my lad, son? The old times. Bit cold, maybe.
As if that ever bothered you before, Tom dears, and cold water. Well?
Yeah, going through before filming done.
And then afterwards you could go to the Linen Hall Library and play chess.
It means that I can have a chat.
And invite Mark around for drinks or something while you're here.
Sure. Never know what's around the corner.
What brought you here?
I'm here doing research on the socio-psychological impact of conflict and post-conflict societies. I quite like it here. The countryside, the history which is still in so many ways undeveloped. It has a rare charm. But it is also perhaps symptomatic of people who are suffering from collective depression. There are signs of recovery, yes, but there's not yet the excitement. This is perhaps to be expected, yet I wonder how much of it is appreciated at an everyday level, that there is collective negativity, and how stifling that is. Collective depression.
Well, I didn't expect to find you back so soon. I thought your mother would have locked you in your room. It's quite nice finding another body in my flat, you know. I take it you've eaten? Try not to eat after 9, but bloody hell, it's still rangy and ravenous. The movie was nothing special, by the way. It's like a Chinese, filling at the time, but 2 hours later, you need something else. Something happened over home?
No, Mum said we should get you over, actually.
Excellent, see, I told you.
Also, planning bitches, because she's going to be in the dad one swimming, playing chess in the Linen Hall Library. Found you're like the perfect 20th century study. Recognizing that they're really not what you think.
They are, that old generational thing from trade to teacher, now you did.
Me the what? I left because maybe you look down on the place. Bollocks. I like elsewhere. Why are you here?
What, the accent doesn't fit? Fuck off, is it?
Could be anywhere. Brilliant. Charming.
Very true, very true. But I choose to be here, and you could too. Actually, I have a proposal for you.
Drugs that could work in the morning.
Don't be ridiculous. I have another interview for you. Well, actually 2, but I want something in return. Is that thing on? Is it? I have a manifesto I want to declare. Oh, come on. Come on and humour me! You're not that fun to be playing. Besides, I know I'll have your full attention when you've got the lens on. Okay. It's called A Second Coming. A manifesto in 3 acts. Stop. Wait, no. I need what the fuck is this? I'm not Martin Scorsese, you know. Act 1. Do you know what this country needs? Truly needs if it's to step into the 21st or even the 20th century. But something that only you've thought of, don't they? No. This is not about ego. It's about us. A statue of Wilde, of course.
We will all fall upon it on our divisions and wounds with thee.
No! In all earnestness. A statue of Wilde and Stones. One arm around Carson's shoulder and the other raised to the sky. Hand open, hand open. Oscar forgives Carson his treachery, we forgive ourselves our sins, and Oscar, he takes his place amongst us. A brilliant gesture. Open, honest, and clear. Everything that our doleful, dreary, and ever serious politicians are not. Bonkers. All they need to do is find a stone mason. And then for the second act of the second coming, I want to create a gay Gaelic team. Put the gay in GAA, okay? And for Party Extreme, Act 3. We teach the Orange Order how to toast the
Or set up a lot, but instead of orange, pink.
No marching, just been some queer paperwork with the orange palm. William F. Cerise, turquoise, big status would have to go. An absolute ban on highlight. A massive important big time. Little shows forever, the right is holster man on his big drop. There, see? Gay men are the second coming. Here to save us all from so many sins.
I should just broadcast this. I would never be allowed to set foot in these shores again.
Until this manifesto can be broadcast in place of songs of praise, we can never say that there is true.
Il semble que quelqu'un ait convoqué l'espoir. Les rues sont des jardins, je danse sur les trottoirs. Il semble que mes bras soient devenus des ailes, qu'à chaque instant qui vole, je puisse toucher le ciel, qu'à chaque instant qui passe, je puisse manger le ciel. Les clochers sont penchés, les arbres de résonne. Ils croulent sous les fleurs plus roux de l'automne. La neige ne fond plus, les pluies chantent doucement, et même le réverbère donne impatient, et même les cailloux se donnent l'air important. Car je suis l'amoureuse. Oui, je suis l'amoureuse.
What interview you in, Mom? Catchy grip, your mother would never agree. Why? Because you're my father and I document things. It's who I am and what I do. No, I don't know. Think about it. This is ridiculous and civilized and it's not even lunchtime. Part of the Belfast Enlightenment. Do a documentary on it. You want a sandwich? Would you really? Would do a documentary on this myth? Why not? Interest. I taught you to be interested. It's our inheritance. Not me, everybody else. I seem to be slightly out of tune. One of them actually cut out of it. Of course you are. Fatherly pride is of no account. Nothing to do with fatherly pride. Class and culture is nothing to fail over. You're the equal of every Jack one. It's easy to say that, but there's a certain confidence of the English you have. Nothing but that lot to be arrogant about. Arrogance. 30 grand a year on school fees, you don't pay that for chance outcomes. Well, move back then if that's how you feel.
Is that what you want?
Your mother and I would love to have you back here. I mean, well, not literally, like based you. Look, Dempsey, I know I'm asking a lot of you, but I adore your mother. I just need a little while longer, just a little while longer before I tell her that the time left to us is very precious. Learn that after Angela's accident. I respect that. On days like today, swimming out in the bay and then coming in here. The history of our family, Grandad rewiring this place in the 20s. Just be sat here with you. What is it? You have to tell Mom. You have to tell her. Son, come the heel of the hunt. Your mother has her convictions. That's not the issue and she won't change. So what is it? Look. I've seen too many friends go in ways that I'm not going in the hospital. That's crazy. I'm going on my own terms. I want to go on my own terms. And I know your mother won't help me do it. Jesus, Dad. Dempsey, will you help me do it?
Don't.
No, listen to me. Do you remember Lloyd? JJ? Well, JJ was dying of cancer. He knew, his wife knew, Jesus, everybody knew. Oh, sure, one day he'd be weaker and then he'd be strong. Never given quarter to person, place, or situation, and to end up like this. To be alive but dying. This priest came to see him, pray for him. J.J. Sheridan would take his own life there and then if he didn't clear off. Mary was horrified. Horrified at the thought of no church service, no burial in consecrated ground. That thought was out. He sat her down not a week later and asked her to commit suicide. I think she didn't agree. No. Mary only died last autumn. JJ must be gone about 5 years. But it was awful. Well, Mary would talk to Martha, and then JJ would confide in me, and it kind of came between us. You have to have a plan.
It's a rookie mistake to ask your wife to commit suicide with you.
We know that.
What have you known about suicide?
Louis Althusser,
A French philosopher.
aye, he and his wife died together.
But then they killed him.
What? Jeez. JJ told me that they died together and that's where he got the idea from. Christ. How'd you get in the wrong end of that stick? Implicated the 50 years of marriage.
Assisted suicide, I can see that.
He just withered away in hospital. Well, there were no last rites, although Mary wanted it. The priest kept calling him James, though he's never called anything other than JJ.
You need to confront this. So this is happening to you and to us and to nobody else. Tell her for my sake. Tell her for her sake, and most importantly, yours.
I will tell him.
We'll away for a few days to film the documentary. Just please. Tell her, tell Mom.
How's that going anyway?
It's fine. You want to interview a fellow that are captain of in this week.
How do you meet these people?
Right.
Did you tell them?
I didn't tell Mark. Maggie told me not to tell anybody. Actually, Mark's coming over to drink soon.
Right. Good.
Checking.
Ah, fuck.
I've been a lot of time forgotten. I used to be, but
You shouldn't have said anything.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, you said you'd love a bit of Polish sausage.
And where's the harm of that?
She was talking about plumbers.
Lumbers me arse. She was whinging about Poles.
Get yourself a bit of Polish sausage, Eileen, and then you'd have a different view of them boys.
Exactly. As innocent a comment as could be made.
Oh, Dempsey.
Mark's company just on the property office.
You didn't need to do that. There's plenty here.
Said he couldn't come empty-handed. He's a well-reared lad.
What the bloody hell are you wearing?
Undercover, pups.
For what? The piss party?
Sorry. Come on, kid.
I
Sure must be the stress.
Stress. He doesn't know the meaning of the word stress. All he's doing is causing trouble wherever he goes. I'll get that.
bloody deal. She didn't call her a damn thing. Look, wrong. Very high. Be quiet. Christ's sake, I'll tell her tomorrow. Why didn't you tell her? Oh, what? I didn't tell anyone. She won't be able to handle it. I'll do it. Get a grip of yourself.
What's here?
Well, welcome. Welcome. You didn't need to bring any wine.
Nor the flowers.
Oh, I was wearing that in case Miss Late Bloomers I didn't approve.
Oh, don't be damn gorgeous.
I thought of the name.
Sorry?
I thought of the name. Miss Late Bloomer.
That's great.
So, where have you used to been all day?
Oh, out round by Newcastle, haven't I seen that?
Seaweed bath. Why didn't you just go for a swim?
You'd love it. The both of you would love it. It's so beautiful down there when the sun's shining. It's gorgeous.
We used to take you down Newcastle way when you were small. All you did was moan about being torn away from your friends. Tom, get Mark a drink.
Wine, beer.
Wine, please. Where's Grant?
Yes, sir. A decade of Sunday drives, expeditions,
Family outings,
weaving the tapestry of an Ulster family.
shared memories.
And Mark, all we got from that one there was ingratitude.
Oh, couldn't wait to get away to where the real world was.
Moaning about the fact that we never went on foreign holidays.
Do you remember the time he called us snobs because we didn't take him to Disneyland?
There's no change there, so.
Alright.
Well, we get the lad about Bill there. Was that Eileen I just saw?
Yes, darling, it was.
Right, I don't know if you heard of it.
Oh, so you should. Your father's just insulted her again.
What a woman.
Ah, Tom, she's of a generation.
Of a generation we arts. If it had been pensioners calling us witches and our switch, you wouldn't have said, oh, sure, it's only a generational thing, would we, Mark? She was given out about clothes. She's as big as an old. You know, and it's not just the old, it's across the board. The rich,
Okay,
the poor.
Tom. You never came to terms with the fact that this is a conservative country.
You're fucking right, I never accepted it.
Rant away, darling. Last of the ranters. Local speciality.
Yeah, there been a Polish couple this morning?
Oh, do you know any Poles?
Oh, my friends. They said the thing they're hanging around Lidl, I think it's called multicultural withdrawals.
Tom, Mark's not got a drink.
Well, he hasn't got a drink because he drank it. You don't stand on ceremony, Mark. It's all easy going here. Help yourself.
Too easy going here, isn't it? Can I do anything, Mark?
No, just sit there.
You're from Dublin, Mark.
Yeah, well, Dublin's way of Calvin.
Oh, Dempsey, you never said.
Imagine not mentioning Calvin.
Calvin's a big thing in this house.
Mentioning things is a big thing in this house.
My family were all Florence Court.
Right, mine were all Kudo.
We're probably related.
So I take it your parents didn't get the farm either.
Grandmother.
Same as my own. Moved up north.
And then went south.
Wherever there was family.
That's it.
My grandmother got a start in one of the big houses in North Down.
She married the gardener. It's all very Lady Chatterley.
Hardly.
So that's where the green fingers come from then, Miss Lake Bloomer. You know you're a big hit with the Worried Well of North Down.
The Worried Well.
And so they're always worrying and going to see a shrink, but in reality they're fine.
Affluenza. Well, that's capitalism for you.
Dempsey, you should show your folks that interview with the entrepreneur guy. That a heart attack or a stroke or some bloody thing.
What, that guy you were doing the day we were in the Limit Hall?
Very soon.
Oh, go on, Dempsey.
Okay, but I warned you.
But you were educated up here, Bob.
Yeah, I was an only child, and well, I was the great white hope, so
You've done well.
highly debatable. A doctor of sorts without a wife doesn't cut well in certain social circles.
Look at them all except Nancy. Not that I mean...
Tom.
No, Mark, let me explain.
No, I'll explain. Tom's father fought in the Second World War when he was in the Merchant Navy.
Well, that's fine.
Leave Martha in a whole life.
Anyway, he didn't give a damn about the Navy or the war
Because in Saigon, he fell in love with a local girl called Nancy and jumped ship.
And when the Navy finally caught up with him in Vietnam, well, they gave him a choice. He could either be locked up for desertion or he could get back on the next ship.
It broke his heart, but he left her.
few drinks, he would always say,
"Wow, it's so nasty."
right, here it is.
Politics never interested me. I'm into people and doing and buying and selling. I love this place, but it is so out of shape. I've been everywhere, and me, people like me, we have so much to offer. We have to make it lean, make it fight and fit, you know, like McGuigan in his heyday. We need to stop thinking about values and start thinking about price. The value we put in our little conflict. Absurd. The future won't be flags. It'll be the dollar, or the rupee, or the yuan. Am I right?
Could be, I guess. What else do you love about the place as you thought?
Walking Victoria Square during the January sales. Everyone's looking great. I mean, everyone looks so good, and nobody knows or cares what anyone else is, right? Shopping and sex. Look how we've.
Well, Elvis, there you have it, the future.
Conventional wisdom is
Shallow as a puddle. Remember people with deep ideas, guys? We need people with ideas and dreams. Not materialistic little wankers who think Alan Sugar is some goddamn guru. We see materialistic little wankers don't go around killing people. No, but they destroy societies. Martin, you talk some sense into it. He's becoming a bloody old little Tory.
Oh, pack it in, you two, honestly.
Yeah.
Thanks for the invite, Martha.
It's lovely to have you here, isn't it, Tom?
Of course it is. Of course it is, yeah. It's good to have things out there and talk, isn't it? I mean, Dad, you wanted to talk to me. You wanted me to talk to him because you were worried about him. You don't talk to each other.
What are you blathering about?
These are family matters. Now is not the time. That's just the thing. There is a time. Now's not the time because Mark's here. Mark's my partner.
Dempsey, what's going on?
I told you I am not. Mark, I'm not well.
Mark, you talk to me!
I'll just spell it out.
You've done enough. I have my own way. After I done a little while ago, I didn't want to ruin everything.
Well, you'd have told me if you were going to have tests.
Anyway, it was all so sudden, love. I'm sorry. It's what Malloy had. Actually, it's worse than JJ's. It's stage 4.
What? Don't mind me. Why didn't you tell me? What was I, just a prop?
No, not at all. I just didn't know how to help.
Anyway, you stay here tonight.
Mark,
I can't believe I didn't see it. How could I not have seen it? It's there in front of me.
Stop!
You were trying to tell me, weren't you? And I shut you down. I didn't hear you.
Don't do that to yourself.
No, you weren't here.
I just wanted to clear some things in my head and then I got scared. But now this is where we are, love, and we do have to talk about things, and we have to plan.
Well, I want to talk to an expert. I need to hear everything, all of us.
Mark,
I'm not asking you. We clamber up mountains in search of some half-baked cure. I wouldn't insult you like that. Would Dempsey, you know what I mean?
I think you need to be careful. Both of you just need to be careful.
What are you talking about?
This is not the sort of thing that people, experts, get wrong. You know, I may have done things wrong, but I do think about things. You know how I think about things. And you're right. I do want all of us to be part of this. All of us to be together. But I'm not going to direct JJ.
No.
No, we talked about this once.
I will not.
Yes, you know we did.
I know we didn't.
After we talked about it, we talked about being robbed.
No, we talked about dying, and you talked about closure in one way, and I another. We didn't talk about this.
And you want to know why I didn't tell her? It's my life.
You're my husband. This is our family. You don't get to choose like this.
Ange didn't get to choose. I do. Tell her, son. Tell your mother. Tell Mum what?
Dempsey, tell me.
I don't know what he wants me to tell. Yes, you do. You know that I'm right. You think the same as principle in principle before you live by your principles. You do not dismiss me. No one is dismissing you. But I stand. Take a stand, Maggie. Take a stand. A fucking stand, all right? Yes, I'll take a stand. I'm walking out. I can't fucking take this anymore. We need people with ideas and dreams.
Local speciality.
Things the waves tend to make it
You're my husband. This is our family. You do not get to choose like this.
Brother the all except Nancy.
Well, I can't wait to get out of it. Hello. It's shit. It's shit. That just is. It's like the land that time forgot. It's not. Used to be, but what are you staying there? But sure, well. Right. Yeah, exactly. And he won't come back. Yeah, well. One reason kids here. Why's that? I think that me and him and all our mates know it at all. Get rid of a queer boy. See, he just doesn't like foreigners, you know. That's just fucking shocking.
You shut up.
My father was a dear. He was an Orange man, a true staunch one. Marched every year. He supported Belfast Celtic, mind. I made no bones about it. Football was football. He signed the covenant in his own blood, so the story goes. I went elsewhere. Working man's classes, the trade union movement, the party. That's where I got my education. For me, Conley was more important than Carson. Marx told me more than the Bible. And the enemy wasn't greed, but fascist. I would have told your father all about this, all about everything when he came round.
He always felt like he was his teacher.
I suppose I was in some ways. And Tom never stopped asking questions. He discovering about the Dockers, Trotsky, Laval. Hungry he was for a good fight, no matter where it led him. And it was hard at times, trying to keep him from climbing the barricades.
Thanks, John. I didn't really thought I could set this up.
Not at all.
Where have you been? We shouldn't do that. What? Jen, it makes me feel naughty. Oh yeah, you're one of those freaks who can eat and not exercise. Another reason you're bad for my self-esteem. You don't have self-esteem issues. Oh yeah, all this is a front. I get it, yeah. You analyse other people to avoid analysing yourself. Finally, I'm exposed. I was worried about you. No need. Tell me too.
I got lost in what I was doing.
Yeah, there's a thin line between being really busy and hiding.
Hey, I'm really busy. Who'd have thought the Belfast life could be so captivating? If he had his way, we'll all be in Switzerland for 2 hours in time. Instead, he puts pressures on me that could be compromising.
Sorry for the way after your house, but what were you doing bringing me there with all that going on?
I'm going to interview anyway.
Yeah, you're just saying that.
Honestly, I'll be gone.
Okay. I get it, Joe. Life is such a disappointment. Your father, your sister, your job, coming back home. Where's it all gone wrong? But that's just it. It's not gone wrong. It's just life and it's your life. There's no idea. Yeah, you're going to regret hiding. Okay?
Mark, I'm not doing this now.
Well, I'm going to be here when you get back, and this is going to be here when you get back. Just missed him. He said he had an interview. Or he was avoiding me, I was kind of giving him a hard time.
Being very reasonable.
So, just put the kettle on. Would you like a cup of tea? Or?
Some wine would be better. Tea is more than fine. I suppose he wasn't exactly honest with you either. Of course, Tom put him in this position and now he's insistent. Tom won't tell me a bloody thing. He was up trying to call Dempsey, and so I thought, right, straight round to the flat. Thought, I didn't think. Oh. Tom's had a bad turn. Last night wasn't good at all. I told him Dempsey would be back soon.
She was in a hospital position.
Well, I'm not going to kill my husband. I'm not going to do that. And how he, or Dempsey, or anyone thought that I could is absolutely beyond me. I mean, I have told no one that Tom is ill and Dempsey is always busy. Well, I didn't know, of course, so that was unavoidable. I had the bloody bush telegram. She knew I was pregnant 2 months before I took her. Floating. Said how strangers, especially ones who are as good at listening as you are. I'm sure your mother would.
My mother would be quite different to you, Martha. My father was a bit of a stickler for fire and damnation, while my mum.
I always liked the jobs.
I said to her, Mum, I'm gay. And she said, no, you're not. Just like that. Next sentence. Do you still believe in God? I said yes.
Probably best.
And necessary lives.
It's like I'm the only person who can still see him. Shaking out the newspaper or losing the pencil down the side of the cushion. Arriving back with Dempsey from the airport and they're rambling like brothers. Nibbling my ear as he whispers to me in the cinema. And now he looks, talks like a dead man I couldn't possibly know. He looks through me. Like he's not there.
Do I have a vote on that? Can I have a quick mark?
You go back to Tom.
Too hot. Jesus, right. Do you want some cold? No, it's fine. You shouldn't be doing this. It's not a problem. It's a problem. This is only the start. Not do anything. Eat, piss, shit, wash, walk.
You can't. It's just a bad spell.
This is not a life, son.
We said.
We? There's no we. Reduced to this. My own son washing me like an infant. Sons don't wash their fathers. Take them to the toilet. All this stuff fighting nonsense.
What happened to what you taught me? All those years ranting at me to keep grappling with the world.
Don't shop so please.
You're making puns.
You know what I want. Why? Now listen to this. I cannot live like this. Mom! Oh, now look at that. Don't bloody deal me.
You just put your arm around me. Suppose it answers the question.
You all want fucking eat.
We're up together like a double helix.
And that's so flat.
Take around the house for a sign of who's got me.
Chelsea! Come on, you!
Strictly come dancing in the
Can't bear this.
Oh, please.
Just sit down a minute.
Let me have an end with the people I love. My own farewell.
My mom.
You can convince her. Talk to her.
I'm all talked right.
No, you're not, son. Before it gets too late. You know who to talk to.
I'll talk tomorrow, okay?
Talk tomorrow, will you? You?
You should listen to him.
He won't say anything until I'm out of the way. won't even speak to Dr. McGovern, and you are conspiring in this. You can't hear yourself or anyone else.
She was just...
I look at you, judging me to be failing you. Where'd you get the right?
You're not judging him, refusing him, but...
I am saying don't do anything. There is nothing wrong with this being hard.
Hard for you. Impossible for me.
Dempsey, you of all people can help him see. You can talk him out of his moods, and Dr. McGovern can get him antidepressants.
That is not some depressed person looking for a final farewell.
Dear no! That's exactly what he is.
Mother!
Do it. Do it. That's what you really want.
Take me to the bedrooms.
I'm the third daughter of 3 daughters. My father was an older man. My mother is a housewife. His brother was in the RUC. My cousin was his only daughter. She used to have nightmares about her dad. She'd be in bed and there'd be a coffin at the end of the bed. She'd wake up staring at it. Her father's name and the years of his life on the front. Then the coffin lid would slide away and her father would be looking at her. He'd be blood-soaked. Bullet holes all over his body. She told me that she would never go out with a female. Her 2 sisters left. One is in Norwich and the other is in Adelaide. The family joke is I work in Adelaide Street. That's me, I guess. Some sort of disappointment. Prep school, grammar school, Sunday school. School. It's over now. Family are distant from me. There's an older woman I'm very friendly with. She's not Catholic, but has a name that makes everyone think she is. I am optimistic about the future, especially mine.
Going home. You know, Dad used to have this teacher routine. Whenever someone mentioned summer holidays, he'd always have up. What was it? Something like that. You want to know what it's like being a teacher, right? I'll tell you. 8:35, cup of coffee. 8:40, unlock the door. 8:50, take the register. Commence the lesson 9 a.m. Break for 20 minutes. Bell ring, start again. The structure to the paragraph of 30 11-year-olds. 3:29, 60-second countdown. Tuesday. No meeting today, so out of the classroom, down the corridor, into the car, and mow down the students. 7:35 at night. You sit down with 47 essays on my favourite memory. Christ, no wonder we need the holidays. The fact that so many of us are stopping ourselves to death, gum-lead pencils, or tattooing ourselves with red ink, it's one of life's great untold stories. You know, when we left school, someone told us that we'd be leaving our families for left. Told us to too. So people up. You encourage the place was never meant to be good enough. Liberate yourself from that. That's not like that. Ultimately, though, it is. If you came back to Belfast, you'd feel like a failure. You'd miss it too. Shoreditch, Soho, Suffolk. Sometimes you can sacrifice something for greater reward.
That evangelical upbringing wasn't totally wasted on you, was it?
You know, you hide behind your cameras and your smart ass one-liners. You know that?
I've seen enough of their pain over the years of my life. I have to witness my father asking me to help kill himself. I don't know where to begin. I don't know who to call. Can you help me?
Do you think I thought about this? Forget about the risk. There is no risk to me. He's on painkillers, right? Oxycontin, oxynorm. You can save them up. Tell the doctor he's having right through pain. They up the dose. Guy his age and stage, there'll be no questions asked. Look, this is what he wants to do. You have to persuade your mother. You get to a point where you cannot act. Where the pain will get too great. Multi-organ failure slightly possible.
I want it to go away.
Your father has his power now to leave you broken away better. For him.
It can't be that simple.
We'll make it that simple. I know the time for this is terrible. I want more. I need you. You want it.
We'll never get much to buy the groceries at it.
Nothing too serious, I hope.
I've got two questions you can answer one about both of them. Tell me something about the past and something about the future.
This is going to be painful. Just questions and answers. Do you think they're going to program that? They're going to broadcast it?
I think that dog might have sailed up the whole sequence. I'm going to call it the Naked North.
It's not on Channel 5.
No, it's not that sort of thing. Just tell me about what you want.
I knew you from when you were born. I knew your sister from when your parents moved in. And you, Isabella, were inseparable. I can tell you everything about everyone. You know, your parents, everyone, neighbors. You know, such a lovely word, neighbors, isn't it? They've been just decent people doing decent things. Look at that.
You know, there's 15 times as many Irish people living abroad as there are. Makes me feel very insignificant.
On the deadline fencing.
What's your brief?
Flowers for winter.
Symbolic.
What?
But they're dead flowers. You know, Dad wanted me to film them, don't you? I asked him, and he said yes. Telling our story. Has it all found down to the last, you know? Music and flowers.
That's nice for him, isn't it? Where's that going to happen? Here? Or upstairs? Or my bedroom? Or Auntie's room? No! It is not okay. It is not okay. It is absolutely not okay. I have shared all of this. I have lived through it too. And so when you are sick, dying sick, you don't get to go alone. Do you understand, do you?
Of course I do.
But if you understood, why are you on his side?
He's my father, and was my sister.
Your sister had no choice. Your father does.
Yes, I know that.
Then why do you want him dead? That's your television.
No, I don't want him dead, that's the whole point.
Pushing your hands of it, and you'll be gone. All gone. Me left. Nothing empty.
You can't let your emotions get in the way of whatever it is.
My emotions and my beliefs are this. I want to believe that I will not lose a day of seeing my husband.
I'd rather be skiing.
You should be lying down.
How's the writing going?
Oh, it's fine. Fine, you know.
Hardly be fine with all that shouting going on.
It's nothing.
What?
It's just...
MC.
Sure.
Turn that off. Don't.
What?
You know damn well what. You need him and he'll need you.
No.
You have so much further to go than I do.
You know that we can bear this, darling, don't you?
Enough.
Is it not bad enough that you're going to die before me?
I have lived a wonderful
But
life.
I can nurse you. I can look after you. You know it's no hurt to me. Your family will suffer. Prison, they'll lose their jobs, their livelihoods.
You won't.
You don't know that. You can't know that. I mean, what if they investigate autopsies? God knows what.
Martha.
Oh, what if we buried you and they decided to dig you up? It's all for me. Be here for me. All those things I have supported you through, a minority of one. How many times? And I always stood with you. But to do this, can we not compromise that we ask?
I have to die the same man as I lived.
You're making it sound like it's me. Like I'm the sick one. Do you not love me enough to stay?
Look at me, Martha. The love in these eyes. I want you to look at me now and see this love. Now, before it goes. If it was you and you wanted nursed in your last breath, I would do that. Dempsey would do that. He will. This is what this man, your husband, your love.
Look at them all except Nancy.
Stay beside me.
Can't let you go, Tom.
He's had a few good days since then, hasn't he? Yeah. He went from being quiet, to being giddy, to being what one called joyously electric. There was hardly a local politician who wasn't a blackguard shyster or a myopic in the seat of the House door. Listen, we're on the same wavelength, we just got each other. And where's your head now? Ange. Never fought with her, bro. She was just videos that my mum and dad took. Never in a year. All of a sudden I find myself being a big sister. Are you worried? Terrified. What up? No one understands that I'm actually talking at you. And it shouldn't.
Martha, from my early 20s I knew I wanted the cup of life to be full. And it has been. Near enough anyways. I threw myself into as many things as I could. I was hooked by life. I learned to use my hands. My mind was fired by the writings I read and the people I met. Our children stoked those fires. Ange leaping through everything. Both of us breathless with the thrill of it. Dempsey tripping up to me with pictures, photographs, now his films. And you, like comrade of the heart, always thinking that I was the one leading you, when really I was always your father, leading you beside me. I wanted to go on forever. Of course I do. Nothing scares me more, Martha, than the thought of leaving you.
In the end, he didn't have the whole desert island, this shebang.
There's lots of things I don't tell you.
He filled the room with flowers, though. By different colours, that's what you must.
Children never understand that.
Out of season. I don't see out of season.
Most people will settle with a compromise.
The look in his eyes as he drank the cocktail.
I was ready to pull the plug on this place dozens of times. I wouldn't have looked back, I know it. He had non-stop hope. That's what he had.
It said everything was okay. Even if it didn't seem okay, it was what he
He
wanted.
used to say,
Not look left.
pick this up from who knows where, the man who walks alone walks the farthest.
My mom just sat there, staring at him, smiling.
I came to understand what that meant.
She never once broke a
There's
gate.
enough anyway.
In this, dying like this.
It was
It terrified me.
And you wanted to walk alone. Walk furthest.
Oh, she was just willing. It's my mom there sitting with him. I couldn't move her.
And it was his right, even if I feel wrong.
I didn't know at which point to call someone. Or to do something more. When I left London, I couldn't imagine having anything to confess.
In this one last act, he couldn't.